Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Summer. So I want to share this with you guys. I was on YouTube and I saw this suggested video, and basically it's the Nigerian girl bragging about beating up her parents in the whole full definition, Nigerian definition of beat up your parents. And as she's bragging about it, and I did this and I did that, she even said, she was talking about her father and said him and his bald head. She called her mother the bitch. She said her mother is the devil. Okay. Now, guys, especially those of you raising children abroad, Nigerian parents raising children abroad, this is one of those videos you have to watch. This girl made this video. To start with, in her video, she made it clear she was brought from Nigeria and was brought abroad. You know, when Nigerian children that were born abroad, raised abroad, if they behave somehow, sometimes you go say they don't know any different. But the ones who say they don't experience Nigerian life, they can't come abroad and they begin to, okay, let me leave that aspect. Let me get this out of the way. There are some parents that are abusive. Let's not sugarcoat that one, right? But I want you guys to listen to this one and you make up your minds for yourselves.
Coming across me for the first time and you do not know, my name is Soma Akko. I'm a Nigerian that lived abroad for many years and visited Nigeria for the first time in a long time and fell in love with Nigeria and shared my Japada story. And as we speak, I now own a shortlet and I'm very close to the airport. If you're coming into Nigeria, you need somewhere to stay, contact me, the number on the screen. If you want to stay in my shortlet, it's going to be the cleanest shortlet you've ever been in.
We are nobody supporting any parent that is abusive, whether it is actually abusive or any kind of abuse. I'm not for it. I'm against it. But we have to realize, you see all these children that feel like they know it all because they live abroad or they were raised abroad. They just feel like they know it all. How can they claim to know it all? And yet they do not realize the fact that because you're intelligent, you know past your papa and your mama, and yet you don't have the common sense. This is my opinion. Like, when I say common sense, is the fact that a lot of us, there are some things that we can talk about the generational gap between us and our parents. There are some things our parents did that we do not agree with, but there's a way we handle them because we know that they don't understand. We know we can't change their mentality. So we may still clash with them in some ways and be like, Mama, I don't like this one. Papa, I no agree. But there are some ways we don't go about it because we know, say, they can't help it. This is what they believe and this is all they know. But this is our new generation of children, which is that they sabi everything. Yet you do not have the sense to realize that, okay, the way your mother operates is because of where she was raised or how she was raised. For example, curfew. When a Nigerian parent, I can say Africa, because if you go, do you know that it's actually a trendy thing? Oh? Go on TikTok and click African parent. These Nigerian children abroad no longer have anything nice to say about Nigerian parents. African parents, they even use the word African parents. They don't even talk Nigerian anymore. They call it African parents, right? Everything they generalize. But you find when some of them speak, some of the things that they complain about, I'll just smile. Can you imagine at my age, my mother is telling me I have to be home by 10 o'clock. Some of the things that Nigerian children abroad have issues with. You see, late nights, Nigerian parents frown at it. And they are not frowning at it. When they speak about it, it's almost like it's evil parent. You know, when a parent does not want you out at night, why? It's because of safety reasons. That's what makes Nigerian parents bad. This girl in her video, you guys will go and check it out. I'll give you guys the link. You go and check out the video because okay. This girl talked about how her parents were very poor when they came abroad. She said her parents were very poor when they went to America. She said they were very, very poor, right? She said they couldn't, at a point, they had to move out of California because California is expensive. And then to find, these are parents doing their best to raise their children, in spite of everything. Her parents were poor. And another thing you will notice in her video, in some of the things she said, she was very vague. Those are, for me, when I watch this kind of videos, I watch out for when these children are very vague. My mother is toxic. Okay, what did she do? They don't go talk. And their friends, I mean, their age mates will come in the comment section and be like, yeah, I will just laugh. There's one other one that was raining that time. Ifeanyi. Pauline, Paul Ifeanyi. Paula Ifeanyi. That disgraced her mother all over TikTok. Where is that one today? Where is that one today? You guys know that story. We covered it here. Where is that one today? Let me leave that one. That can be a topic for another day. Now, this girl is saying, you see, when you watch a lot of them, something I have noticed about them is the tone, the way they speak. A lot of them, the way they speak, the aggression and everything. That's what, for me, that's one of the red flags. Okay. Then no matter what scene, if you are not a bad child, you have issue with your parents. There are some things you don't call your parents. There are some ways. She even said that her father never raised his hands on her ever, 22 years of her life. But there was a particular day she was fighting with her mother. Her father came and joined the mother. You they beat your wife, you make it, they watch you. They are both her biological parents. Oh. Both of them are her biological. The man came to protect his wife. She called her father with him under his bald head. I have had misunderstandings with my mother. There are some things I would never call my mother. And in my, I can tell you there are some things where my mother don't agree. Her way of seeing things and my way of seeing things, we clash in opinions. And over the years, I've made it clear. Tell my mother, this conversation, please, I don't want. Because I know we'll be start arguing. So let's avoid it. It used to be hard for her to do, but now she has learned that, okay, leave this topic alone. Because I have accepted we will not agree. And that is what it is. Because she was raised in a different generation. But this generation of children feel like they are very smart. They sabi past the I will be the set of parents now, and yet they don't have the wisdom to realize that okay, this is your parents' way of reasoning. This girl described her mother, and at the same time, some of the horrible things she said about her mother. At the same time, when she went out there, it became so tough. She went back home. Her mother housed her wholeheartedly. According to her, she brought her her girlfriend. She's in a lesbian relationship. She brought the lesbian girlfriend to come and live under her parents. Nigerian parents opened arms and allowed you in, even with lesbian relations. I'm just saying this because we know that typically Nigerian parents will frown at it. Her parents welcomed her and her kidney to come and live in their house. Her lesbian girlfriend too has problem with her own parents, so she can't stay at home. She came and she was squatting in this girl's parents' house. My phone is silent. So I go miss calls. It's not silent. The same thing with that Paula Ifeanyi that time. Paula. When she go out, her mother put her through college. Her father left when she was 3 years old. Her mother put her through college. She graduated as a nurse. She said she don't want to do nursing. As a Nigerian parent, it's normal to be disappointed. Say, Piki, wait, that's that other girl that we covered her story that time. It's normal for a parent to be disappointed because every parent is wishing for their child to be successful. She said she don't do nursing again. What do you want to do? Okay, carry belle, he born. He carry belle, carry the Piki where he born. He and the man where he born with. No, she carried the Piki, called the live inside her mama house. As a mother, she's trying to feed the baby, and the mother is like, try this one, not the problem. He begin insult her mama for inside house. That is that Paula one. This same girl, in her own video, she said her mother is that kind of a mother that will open her doors to people, and her mother, she has to be a caring, kind-hearted person to be that mother that, you see, that's the thing about the truth. When they talk true, and when they talk what you know to work, the thing go the day one kind. She described her mother as this person that is willing to open her door and let people in. After that one, she still had a lot of negative things to say about her mother. Her mother allowed her in and her girlfriend, her lesbian girlfriend, to come and live in her house. Because she didn't have a job. Her girlfriend didn't have a job. After some time, they said they wanted some time to be back on their feet and all of that. Your mother said, okay, no problem, come home. That you can even work from home and be saving. This is after they don't fair fight before. And the mama don't fair fight before, go their separate ways. Mother allowed her to come and work, save up, so you can be on your own 2 feet. Those are not the qualities of the wicked mother that she's trying to then describe. Right? Okay. Now, they now came and stayed. The period they said they want to stay, it don't pass. The woman now gave her girlfriend. He told her girlfriend that she gave her 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, she should find her 2 weeks to find her way and leave her house. The woman tried. As a mother accommodated another person's child. In the same story, she's narrating how her mother told her that she wants to know that girl's parents. Is that not normal? To want to know the parents of, because she didn't even tell her mother that that is a lesbian friend though. She didn't tell. Her mother did not know. But at a point, the mother became suspicious. Sorry. Mother became suspicious and said, how am I even sure that to never marry? This video is interesting. But I looked at the comments and I feel like the comments are filtered. I feel like my comments are not filtered. Leave your comments. I feel like the mother now, after the point, the mother told the girlfriend that I give you 2 weeks. If that woman was wicked, she would have said, get out of my house now. She gave her 2 weeks to leave. And the daughter that is making this video and running her mouth, she's talking and she's saying, where is she going to go? Why are you giving her 2 weeks? Where is she going to go? It is not your mother's responsibility to cater for your girlfriend. Even some things these children forget sometimes. Even her herself. After the age of 18, a mother or a father has a right to say, in the so-called abroad where children they claim right, the abroad where children they claim right, they forget say by law abroad, 18-year-old mama can say, I no fit again. To your 10th Israel, a mother after when your child turn 18, but this girl don't pass 18. Sorry, my camera is shaking. You know, after 18, but the mother, this girl was already in her 20s. Her mother still was housing her, looking after. There was a place where she said, I'm going here and there, but some of the points that I got, she talked about how Susan and so this is what she does. She's a narcissist. Now they read now, toxic parent, narcissist parent. When you now ask them, what did the person do? That's how you catch them. When they refuse to be specific, is how you know that they're just making up. Some of the stories are made up from what I am perceiving. Right? Okay. Now, I lost my train of thought there now. There was the place she now said, this is what she does. She will not feed us. When I was 17, she will not feed us. You see that statement? You can unpack it. You'll be shocked what you'll find out. She will not feed you, meaning that your mother works full time. What is the meaning of feed you? So, you know, some of the children, when they're born abroad, at 17, it's possible that they may decide not to cook and be waiting for the mother that went to work in the morning to come back at night and come and cook for them to eat. When she said my mother will not feed us, she didn't say whether there's no food at home. She didn't say whether it already made food at home. That's one. At the same time, if there's not already made food, is there stuff in the freezer? Is there stuff in the fridge that she could have cooked? 17-year-old is old enough to cook. And even cook and wait for the mother when the mother comes back. 17-year-old girl. Well, you know, nowadays, I don't know if she said it too. I think she said it, Abby. Another video where I watched that one that said, I wish I had white parents. Because you see, I laugh sometimes when I see all these things. I wish I had white parents. White parents are better because white parents tolerate what they tolerate. We are not white parents and we will not be. There are some things that white parents do that are nice, that are better than the way we do it because of our upbringing, our cultures. But there are some things we do and we do better. We cannot become white people. White people are not trying to become us. Why must we always choose what they do? White parent and a child can tell the mother F off. The mother will say, oh, how Johnny, what did I do? Why did you tell me to F off? We don't say that. You tell African mother, say F off. If you collect slap. And I don't see that changing anytime soon. Get used to it. I'm not supporting violence. I'm just saying that you will not be receiving reward. There will be negative consequences of telling your mother or your father to F off. There must be a negative consequence. You understand? If you have become too big for the house, the door is open. You cannot. Okay. Another thing I want to tell. Another thing is, I see videos like, my father has never told me I love you. My parents have never told me I love you. Guess what? It's not a bad thing to tell your children you love them. But you see, they come from a culture where it's not our way. So they say, I love you, John. I love you, Alice. It don't be our culture, right? But what is love? Is it just because you talk for mouth? Abi, is it your action? The parent that stays up at night when you sick. The parent that works so hard to make sure you have a good life. A parent that brought you from Nigeria and brought you abroad to give you better opportunities. That you lost your job. You lost your job. You have no job. You have nowhere to live. Your parent, even though you don't first follow and fight before, she welcomed you back in. She welcomed you back in to come and live with her because you were going through tough times. Is that not love? But you see, our African children, they want to become Oyibo. Until they say it with mouth, I love you. Until that. Do you know that in our culture, Nigerian culture, not only husband and wife, even some husband and wife, no, they even talk, I love you, I love you. Do you know that? And it's not a crime that they don't say it. If a man loves his wife, for example, and he loves her with his actions, if you don't talk him, it don't mean anything. A woman knows that my husband loves me. You understand? The same way, if your parents know, they say, I love you, because she doesn't come from the culture where that is done. What about kissing? You put they kiss their children mouth to mouth safe. It's not our culture. There are some parents, African parents, that have never kissed their children once. Not even on the cheek. They don't do it. It's not in their culture. But they show it in the way they carry on. You see, when children see too much abundance, you know, I've seen videos. Do you know there was one day, there was a video I saw on Facebook. The guy said something about how I brought my son abroad to give him a better life. But my son is the reason why I ended up in prison. I think he was correcting his son or something, like I can't remember. And the son called the police and he got locked up and all of that, you know, and something like that. But at the same time, oh, look at the time, you know, and he ended up in prison and all of that. You see, these children, especially the ones you brought from abroad, brought from Nigeria, that have experienced, especially the ones that have experienced poverty and all of those things. And then when you now see some of these videos some of them make, you know, you hear them say their parents, what their parents want. That's African parents, they just do the bare minimum and they expect this, that, and they expect you to appreciate it, the bare minimum. And they feel like a roof over their head, their education, at the bare minimum, at the bare minimum, everything bare minimum. You know, and I'm talking about those children, especially those ones you brought from Nigeria. Let's say, for example, couples that were poor in Nigeria. There are children in Nigeria that have no food to eat. They have no food to eat. And the parent now brings you abroad. They work so hard to make sure there's always food in the house. It's a basic human need. But some people don't have any food. And they should be like, oh, that's the bare minimum. That's the bare minimum. If your parents are working and they can't afford to stock up the freezer, and they say we can only afford to eat once a day, you don't go beat them. They have a roof over their head. There are some parents that couldn't do it. And they become homeless and they become homeless, they stay in homeless shelters. But your own parents can do it, afford to put a roof over your heads, that you don't end up in a homeless shelter. And you say it's the bare minimum, it's the bare minimum. This is, a lot of parents raising children abroad, be very mindful. This girl's story, she will, like I said, you go and check out her video. I will put a link down, you can check out her video. You will see, like I said, her comments are filtered. So whatever comment, come and leave them here. If you want the freedom to write the comments you want, come and leave them here. Because like I said, I feel like comments are filtered. She narrated this story. And then there was one place she said, her sister, I have a cold. So if you notice my voice is different, you can hear my nose is completely blocked. How her mother, when her sister left, her mother didn't want them communicating with her sister or her brother. Let me tell you what you have to realize. If you're raising children abroad, sometimes, not in all cases, there are children that when they leave, if you're not careful, they can be bad influence on the other ones. There is a child that you may have, or some children you may have. Children influence each other. I'm telling you the truth. Children influence each other. If one is seeing how the other one can talk to you anyhow and get away with it, the message is that they can try it too. And sometimes they want to treat you the way that they say their older ones treated you and got away with it. Right? And before you know it, become a carcass where they now become a group. And I say, can you imagine? Our mother did this. Do you know that so person's mother doesn't do it? And they're like, not true. Our mother doesn't do it. Before you know, they don't claim form carcass. But I feel like I would never advise anybody to tell your children not to communicate with each other. But some African parents think that's the right way to go about it. No, they can communicate. I always tell parents, the children you have, you're all going to leave this, all of us will leave this world. Let them have their bond. No matter what, they can always be there for each other when parents are gone. Let me say this to parents, you're watching me and you're raising children abroad. Again, where the arguments go reach, let them go. There is that thing about you're a mother, you're a father, you can't do this. let me tell you, you're a mother, you're a father, you have to let these children go. When it has gotten to the point where your child is fighting you, give them options. They can stay, especially if they are over the age of 18, let them go. If they're under the age of 18, give them options. They can choose to go be in foster care if they want. They can, whatever they want, let them do. But as long as they're under your roof, there is a parent. You are the parent, you're not the child. Right? Now, if they're over 18, get to the point where you're physically fighting, let them go. You're holding on to what is lost. Listen to me. People will be like, oh, but your child is your child. When your child turns to a devil in your life, run for your life. And a Yoruba man, that the daughter was only 13, and the girl was in a relationship the man did not want. He tried to stop them. What did that child and the so-called boyfriend do? They killed that man, his only child. Wouldn't it have been better if she said, if the man said, okay, oh yeah, carry they go, the man will be alive today. He has lost his daughter, but at least let him live his life. What is life now after he's dead? Does he still have a daughter inside grave? We have to realize that we came to this life without children, and we will live this life without children. When you have done your best and a child says, or your children say your best is not good enough, surrender and say, I don't try. For your child to fight you and come on social media and be bragging about it, what else do you need? When your child has turned herself to someone that can... Okay. There was one other post, an African parents that brought their child from Africa. I can't remember if it was Nigeria. This boy had issues with his parents. In the process, he ended the life of both of his parents. Wouldn't it have been better if he left the child I don't know if it was Nigeria, in Africa? Wouldn't it have been better when they noticed there was problem? Wouldn't it have been better when they noticed problem? Be like, you know what happened? Call government say we can't cope with this child anymore. Give this child to foster care. The parents will be alive today, and the remaining children will have parents. Holding on and say blood is thicker than water. Blood is thicker than water. Your life is more important than anything else. Children are things, people you brought to add to your life. You know, there's some parents that give birth to children, like, who go look after me in old age, who go do that. Not all parents. Because you see, you have that mentality because you plan to see your children at retirement plan. No. You can have, there are people that have children because they want people in they want to add people in their lives. When the children you brought to your life have become a thorn to your flesh, have become something else, you have to count your loss sometimes in life. You have to. If you don't end that relationship with that child or those children, they may end up ending you. And then what will happen if they end you? That relationship will still end. This one, she been ordinary hand, she say fight. To say that gun she used that day end her father and mother. Where is the so-called blood is thicker than water then? I watched the video the other day. I saw on Facebook too. This boy was abroad, he was deported. And let me tell you, nothing frustrates an African parent, Nigerian parent, than when they feel like their child is not going forward. There is something from the story, the father is doing well. So it's not like, oh, he wants the child to now grow up and become his pension plan. The man himself is doing well, but he wants his child to do well. This boy entered his parents' house one day and ended his father's life. He was trying to end his mother's life. He tried to end, he actually ended two of them, but went out. The mother actually did not die. She survived it. You're asking yourself, wouldn't it have been better if the man accepted that this boy is a failure? Let him just go and face. So in this life, another way they reign, when you see them, I heard about all these things. I went on TikTok. I actually go and check TikTok. I've just searched on TikTok, African parent. They don't seem to have anything nice to say about African parents anymore. Don't get me wrong. There are some areas where we need to change. African parents, like, there are some areas when your daughter is not yet married, you start saying, where are you going to marry? Or your maid don't marry. That is very bad. Don't say that to your child. You understand? Or your son never married. Or your maid don't born. Or your maid don't born finish. You never born. There are some things that you understand. But there are other ways that you look at it like, my parents have never told me I love you. So until they use their mouth, they talk, your parents hate you. they want to become Oyibo children. This is basically what I think is going on. Everybody, when they come abroad, they begin to behave like even if you born them abroad, they begin to do everything want to copy Oyibo. Everything they want to copy Oyibo. Right? Okay. Going back to what I was saying about TikTok. Another one is another one. Well, after all, I didn't choose to be born. I didn't choose. I don't have the rain. I didn't choose. Who chose to be born? Even the parents you're speaking about, did they choose to be born? But let me tell you guys something you have to realize. When your child tells you they did not choose to be born, remind them that you didn't choose them neither. Remind them that. Because let's be saying the truth. You see, that's the thing. Now Oyibo parents say different too. Oyibo parents be like, oh, what did I do? What can I do to fix this? What can I do? Sometimes if you're not careful, these children can ruin your life. After you have tried as a parent to raise your children the best way you can, don't let a child call you a failure. If you're not a failure, don't forget, so parents are actually failures. So let's not downplay that one. So I'm not talking about the parents that are actual failures. Right? If, for example, say, we never had this kind of food at home. We never had, but my mother always wore gold. My mother always wore specific clothes, but we never had, then that one is different. But the mother is doing her best. You understand? Her salary is so small. She managed to provide food twice a day. And she said she cannot provide 3 times a day. And she said also big bills she can afford. For example, that's the cheapest food available in the market that she can afford. You cannot go and condemn that mother tomorrow because that's all she could afford. But if you can't say, we never had good food, but my mother always had gold. She had the most expensive kidney. She changes her phone, every latest iPhone. You understand? We know there are some bad parents out there. Right? Now, when a child now says, after all, I didn't choose to be born. Remind them, none of us chose to be born. But on top of that, the parent didn't choose you. The parent can choose that I want to have a child. The same way you didn't choose to be born, the parent did not go and select you. Because if a parent was to select, everybody go select with him. Oh, I don't want to laugh because if I laugh, I'll start coughing. Everybody go select what he like. Everybody go select what he like. There are some mothers and daughters that will wear anko. When I mean anko, well, do you know some mothers they will wear, this is just a simple example. It's not something serious. For example, there are some mothers that like it. When they buy this material, they will sew it. Them and their pikin go wear the same material and come out. And the daughter can be like, no, I don't want to wear the same thing with you. Such a mother would have loved to choose, if they choose, to choose the child that would do and go with them. A mother, what are you talking about? That child that you are telling, okay, don't do this thing. It's dangerous. And the child is like, no, it's my life. If a mother or a father had to choose, say that they go select pikin, they don't go select that pikin who will listen to them. A parent would have chosen a child that will listen to them. So the same way you did not choose to be born, your parent didn't choose you. Didn't choose you, that difficult child that made their lives hell. Will not choose you, that child that will physically fight their father and mother. So we're all stuck. Will nobody choose? Nobody choose. Now as life do us, that's why we take her like that. We're all trying to make do of what life has given to us. I saw a video the other day on Facebook. This girl she wrote a presentation and she said, giving her mother reasons to let her go for a night party. And she said, so and so person's parent will be there. This uncle promised to drive me there and will bring me back safely. I promise to give you the phone number of the parent of the child that is doing the party. I promise you that if there's any change in plan, I will call you, I will text you. It was funny, but that's the child. I understand that you can actually, how you want to speak the English, elevate, remove, those fears, to negotiate with a mother to tell us, okay, that's what you're worried about. I have put strategies in place. She recognizes that it's protection. But this, for children that people are having these days, because there's no other word to explain it. For a parent to say, let me tell you one thing. I always tell parents, don't tell a child you can't do this, you can't do that. Give them the reason so they understand the reason behind it. Because it's not even about being, so it shouldn't be about authority. I have said it more. No, let them understand why. So that even if you're dead tomorrow, right? In old age, whenever you're dead, you've already taught them something that you already learned. You understand? If you go out at night, make sure, if you must go out at night, make sure you go in group. Be in your group of friends. Don't leave your drink unopened. Close it, because somebody may put something inside. Go with a group of friends, because anybody that wants to, most bad people choose easy target, and easy target is someone that is alone. And explain the reasons, because I grew up with that. My father said you can't do this, and that's it. You can't do that, and I knew, and I was going to always explain to my children so that they learn. So it's not like I'm not doing this because my father said so. I'm not doing it because it is unsafe. If I don't cover my drink, somebody will put something inside. I may become drugged. You understand? Now, but the way these children, all these TikTokers and all this, like this one, the way they describe what parents would call protection is control. They call it control. Let me tell you, a parent that does not care will open the door and say, go, come back if you make it back alive, now you sabi. There are some parents that can leave their children with anybody to mind and they'll go. They will not even look back. But there's a parent, or there's some parents that are always afraid. Where are you? When are you coming back? Who are you going with? Well, these children these days, they call that toxicity. Hey, English. Hey. Toxicity. A parent wanting to know which of your friends is going to be there, who will be driving. That Ifeanyi girl, she did the same thing, no? Her mother does not hear from her. Her mother will call her 30 times. That is toxic. That is it. She's calling because she's worried that she has not heard from her child. Even if she cannot reach her, she will not tell, hi, that Ifeanyi own, eh? That Ifeanyi. Do you know that she ended up fighting? Hey, there I leave her. I saw them on Facebook. She and the guy where she born with. The guy, Mama, she followed that one fight too. But we'll leave that story for another side. Her mother would not. Can you imagine that if I don't answer the call, she will call my roommate? And this is like, why is your mother calling your roommate? Because she's worried. And I've come to realize that the parents that suffer these things the most are those parents that give it down. Are those parents that care. There are some parents that had children, send their children to Nigeria for their mother to raise. When the child is grown before they bring their come. And the parents enjoy their lives. They don't look back. There are some parents that, I remember, hey God, there are some parents that all the time, not be them, this kind of thing they happen to. It is that parent that cares that these children try to typically want to torment. You will hear when she told her mother, you will never see me again. This girl put receipts in her video, but if you look at those so-called receipts, they cut in too much. Put and where make we hear from beginning to the end. There's a place before the mother could finish her sentence, she cut it. Let us hear what your mother said, so that we can understand the whole thing. I'm not coming here to say her mother is a saint. Her mother may be ignorant in some ways, but from what she described, I saw a mother that doesn't know what else to do. A mother that doesn't even trust her daughter. You understand? And a daughter that feels like she knows it all. That's what I saw. Here when she told her mother, you will never see me again. So telling her mother you will never see me again, for her to hear as a threat, is because she knows her mother wants to see her. There are some mothers that gave birth and left their children in orphanages. You won't contact that mother and say, you will not see me again. My wife will born through you. There are some mothers that they don't care whether you're coming and going. No child will threaten that mother and say, we'll never see me again, because you know that that mother does not care whether they see you again or not. It is those parents that care. I'm talking about genuinely care about their child, that the child will use, you will never see me again, to threaten. I'm making this video to educate we as the parents. Do your best. But when you've done your best and your children said it's not good enough, let it be. Let it go. You came to this life alone. When you die, they're not going to put pikin inside grave as an escort. Ideally, families should be smooth and all of those things. But when it not going to happen, it's no longer under your control. Don't ever let it get to the point where your pikin will come out for social media to brag how they fight you. Never. Children are supposed to be precious. They're true. But what happens when your child is no longer precious? When your child has turned to this kind of, I saw that video. There's some points I may have missed. Let me just play it actually. Let me play, see if I can remember some of the part that I missed. She said the abuse in their house was too much. But list it, be specific. Okay, let's say mother came home and before she left, she said, you do the dishes, you do this, you do that. And she don't work from morning till night. She got home and she found the house in a mess. And she lost it and she started shouting. For example, because now abroad, shouting at children are abuse now. Now abuse, you understand? The woman that had, let's say for example, this is why I said they should explain the story well. Don't be saying they talk and vaguely abuse. Be specific. What happened? What exactly happened? My brother put his cup on the floor. My mother said, don't put the cup there. And I'm just talking about specifically. Let us now look into that story and see whether there was abuse or not. She said it's a household that did not benefit them. But when she had a problem in her, she had nowhere to stay. She had no job. She dropped out of school. I didn't say that part. She dropped. Nothing frustrates a parent, a Nigerian parent, like a child dropping out of school. It is very difficult for Nigerian parents. And I'm going to say this. If you're picking brain, no carry school, we have to learn as parents to accept it. Say, you head no carry school. Find whatever their head carry. You understand? But I'm just saying that Nigerian parents naturally like their children to finish school. And okay, let me just go. So she dropped out of school. She had no job. She had nowhere to stay. She came back home. The same home she said is a wicked, toxic home. She came there for respite. If that home was that bad, you will not come. You would rather go into a shelter than go back to a home that is so bad. On TikTok, you find a lot of Nigerian children making this kind of content. And they blow. Because their age mates will be rushing and rushing. After they stop using their mother and father as content, all these followers, everywhere will just dry. Sorry. Everywhere will just dry. Anyway, so... And I've noticed there's a similarity in their mannerism. There's a way they speak. This, I don't know why. Especially the girls. There is a particular way. They have this... There's a way they speak that already gives you this vibe of, people that I don't have the word, but like aggressive. You get this aggressive personality out of them already just by watching the way they speak. Okay. The first time she tried to move, the mother didn't let her. The mother did everything to prevent her from moving to another state and all of that. At the end of the day, the place where she moved, she moved, come back. She ended up agreeing that her mother was right. Okay. She's narrating the story how her mother, this is how she said it. Her mother came into her room and started beating her up. The mother would just wake up, come to your room and start beating you up. This is what I'm telling you guys. When you listen to a lot of these children, listen how the story takes start. It doesn't start like that. Mother just came to her room. Nothing is happening. Mother just came to her room and started beating her up. That's how she narrated the story. Add up now. What happened? Her mother came to her room and tried to take her MacBook, right? The story is still sketchy. Makes sense. She said it's her MacBook. Her mother tried to take it. Her mother tried to... I'm just saying, the story is it be as the story is be. She said her mother stopped cooking. She's old enough. She said, another thing, you see, you both children, you will see them, they can be 30 years old living at home. Their mother will still be doing the cooking and the cleaning. It is not our culture and it will never be. From the age of, I started cooking when I was 9. We had house girls and everything, but my mother believes that her only house girl go they cook, her own children too go cook. With they wash clothes, with they do house job, everything, all of us, they work at home. That is how we raise our children. So she was 17 and she said her mother stopped cooking. This is what she's narrating. You're old enough to cook. Her mother was working full time. Right? You see when he says stop feeding us. I said that thing, be as it get. At that age, she has older siblings. They're old enough to cook. They're old enough. At what point can a parent actually begin to enjoy this life where they come? Because they're born children. When they were born, you are the one changing diapers. Yes, it's your job. Yes. They are growing up, you're bathing them, you're doing all these things for them. You are cleaning the house because they can't do it. Abroad, you do everything yourself because your children can't do it. You don't have a house girl or nothing. Then when they begin to become teenagers, they're old enough to actually start cooking at home. Yes, 15-year-old girl can cook. 16, 17 can cook. They are old enough to mama to come back from work at night and they will say, dish food and give their mother. They are old enough. It's our culture. But Oyibo culture, it is only their mother will be cooking for them. They can be 30-year-old and the master they cook and they are living at home. Like I'm saying, a lot of these children want to become Oyibo people. It's not our culture. And then that same Oyibo woman go they cook for the children. After everything, when she's old, she can no longer do anything. She's no longer useful to them. They will dump her in a nursing home. It's not our culture. Our culture teaches us, our parents raised us. They get to a point where we begin to carry the weight of the house small. You do cleaning, you do cooking, you do laundry, you do stuff in the house. How many children abroad they do laundry for their parents? How many? But some of them even want their parents to come and do laundry for them. When you say laundry, or now washing machine, washing machine, we were raised to wash our parents' clothes. But these children these days, they actually want you, their mother, to do their laundry for them. Parents with grown children, they want their parents to be mopping all the floors. And an African mother in our culture is like a curse. It's like curse. Say you born, none of your children can clean house. You are still suffering and cleaning house, entering kitchen morning till night when you have grown children. Let me tell you, if parents that have grown children choose not to cook, it shouldn't be a big deal. She has been cooking for them when they were small. When they are old enough to enter kitchen and cook. Period. And when you hear where she called her father a bald head, let me tell you guys, hey, God I beg you. No. That is a child that has no respect for her parents. Imagine me, I will call my father bald. My father was not bald, but like imagine, call your father bald head. Who does that? Even if, I will even, in my house, I will even let my children insult each other. In my house, like the other one will call the other one names. I don't allow it. So imagine the child now insult the father, bald head. Father, where you come out from the snakes between his legs. God. She said her mother does not want her to succeed in this life, but her mother put her in school. The same mother she said does not want her to succeed in this life told her to come home and stay, work and save up to prepare you to face life. And her mother does not want her to succeed in this life. If you don't succeed in this life, how would the mother benefit? And what would your mother gain from her not succeeding in this life?
We're gonna succeed.
I've even seen videos on TikTok. I've seen videos of girls saying their mothers are jealous of them. She said it was her sister's birthday. Her mother promised her sister she can use her car on that day. But that day now came because her mother is a very evil woman. The mother did not let her use the car. Okay. I am a person that I would say, if you make a promise, fulfill it. I try not to make promise if I know so I'm not going to fulfill it. That's one thing about me. Now, like I'm saying, we're hearing from her. We've not heard from the mother. Now, at the end of the day, it is your mother's car. It's her mother's car. Now, person will get car, get the right to say, okay, use it or no. What if on that day the mother now say, I forgot I'm going to so and so place, so it's no longer possible. I need to use my car. But they act that the way they speak is almost like an entitlement. It is her mother's car. Mother now said that her daughter cannot use it. Does she not have a right to say, you cannot use my car? A mother no longer has the right to say, don't use my car. You see the entitlement of these children. I got a call and that threw me off. I've forgotten what I was saying. I've forgotten where I stopped. Long story short, I want parents, I always tell you guys, for me, everything is about what can you learn from this. You have to learn when to let children go. You have to learn when you have done your best. Wash your hands and say, you understand? You have to learn when a child is a bad seed in your life. You have to learn when you and a particular child, you can never understand each other. You have to learn when to say, okay, you know what? You understand? Because I'm not happy. Even this girl said that her father has never raised his hands on her. Ever. But for the fact that this man had no choice to change from who he used to be, to the point, there's even a place where you can hear the man. The man said, since this your girlfriend entered this house, I have been insulted so many times. But guys, go and check out the video. So I'm telling you guys, it's not getting better the way things are. Because let me tell you guys, whether you like it or not, social media is raising children these days. You are raising, and social media is raising them. Social media is defining what parents should be. There was one video I watched, one American girl, and she said when people ask, how should parents raise their children? She said, raise the child the way the child wants to be raised. I burst into laugh. Do you know how children want to be raised? They want to be raised eating candy, KFC every single day, go to bed when they like, come back in the morning. How do you raise? And at the same time, they will tell you that your child is an outcome of how you raise them. Yes, now them go still talk, say, if you talk, well, it's my parent that raised me, it's my parent that raised me to be like this. At the same time, they say parents should raise them the way they want to be raised. So who is not responsible for raising them? They want to be raised in a particular way. They don't want the way their parents are raising them. But I'm telling you guys, social media is raising your children these days. Their friends are raising them. They are looking at other places and feeling that it's better out there. That person's house is better. That person's parents, you both parents are better. There are some of these children that are abroad that would have been better if they grew up in the village, so they would know what life really is. Some of the things that they are looking for, are just like overfeeding might be their problem. When I say overfeeding, you see, when you no longer have a problem, you will not start creating problem where there is none. Imagine the child say, my parents have never, he hates his parents because they have never told him they love him. They have never said it with their mouth. He didn't say they don't care for us. They not like, he didn't mention anything that they are doing with their actions. They have to say it with their mouth. They're not talking for their mouth. They know they are bad parents. Just by that. How many children in the villages are looking for the word I love you? That is Oyibo culture. I don't think Asians say it. I don't think Indians say I love you. I don't think Pakistanis say I love you. I don't think Chinese. I don't think they say it. It's Oyibo stuff. So all of us now go turn to Caucasians. Sorry. I beg, I'm not tired. Anyways, guys, go and check out that video. As always, whatever your opinions are, please leave them in the comment section below. And with that, I'm going to say thank you for watching. Until the next time, guys. Bye-bye. Bye. I have a weight loss program in case you're coming across this and you want to sign up. I'm going to put the link in the description box and in the comment section. And if you want to Google it, it's summerhealthyweightloss.com, because it's not just about losing weight, but losing it in a healthy way. It's important. Be careful. I've been saying it. I've been doing this disclaimer. If you do not have the discipline to stop when you reach the ideal weight, please do not do it, because you're going to lose too much weight. You don't have to starve. You don't have to go to the gym. It will blow your mind. So it's summerhealthyweightloss.com. That is my website.
I love life here. I can't explain it. I love life in Nigeria, even when the road no straight, even when the sun too harsh, and the nights they keep us awake. There's laughter in the chaos, music in the noise. Every stranger feel like family. Every pain still get it